Welcome to Optimizing Your Credit Part 2. I'm Brett McDonald, Senior Mortgage Loan Officer. I accentuate the senior not just because I'm old, because I got 21 years of experience with credit. Now yesterday we talked about credit utilization, which accounts for 30% of your credit score. Today we're going to talk about an even larger chunk of your credit score by talking about payment history. A full 35% of your credit score is based on whether or not you make your minimum payments on time. In a moment, I'm going to share some ways to rapidly boost your credit score. Now, the bad news is that if you have a bunch of late payments, not much can be done about that. Those items can stay on your credit for up to 7 years. The good news is that the impact of those late payments fades over time. A late payment made 3, 4, 5 years ago will have minimal impact on your score, whereas a payment made late in the past couple months will be a punch in the face of your credit score. Now, what's done is done. As Pumbaa said to his little buddy Timon, put your behind in the past. Forget about it. Focus on your present and build a bright future. Now, in effort to have an impressive credit score, some good recent credit is important. Now, as a point of clarity, notice I didn't say debt, I said credit. Debt is a 4-letter word to me. Don't borrow money to buy stuff you don't need. You can borrow to buy a house, an education, and maybe a car. I mean, those are legit reasons to borrow, but don't buy stuff you don't need on credit. I read that the Guinness World Record for the number of valid credit cards is held by a guy in California named Walter. Walter has 1,497 credit cards. Ugh. To have optimal credit, you should have approximately 3 open revolving charge accounts. Now, as discussed yesterday, you should always keep the balance on these cards below 30% of their limit. And even lower is better. If you don't have any credit or you have a bad credit history, it's easy to create a good credit history by establishing some new credit. I advocate that you have 2 to 3 credit cards. If you don't have any credit cards now, Google starter credit cards, and you'll find many options. Most will give you an introductory limit of $500 to $1,000. That's fine, that's all you need. If you have ugly credit history, you may have to get a secured card. And this is where you pay money. You send in $300 or $500 for the credit card company to hold on to as security in the event that you pay your bill. Now, once you have those cards, exercise them once a month. Buy a tank of gas once a month, or buy lunch once a month, and then pay off the balance. Don't carry the card around where you'd be tempted to use it. Just bring it out once a month and use it. Exercise it. Then pay your bill off. And again, never charge more than 30% of your limit. And if you manage these 2 to 3 cards responsibly for a couple months, your score will rocket upwards. And you'll soon find that you could qualify for non-secured cards. You'll be able to buy a car, or come to me and I'll be able to help you buy a home. One last trick before I sign off today, and this is a shortcut. If you have a brother, sister, parent, or spouse who has a good credit history and a couple revolving accounts with little or no balance, they could add you to their account. This works like ba-bam, instantly. Their good credit is all of a sudden part of your credit history. It'll make your stinky credit smell much better. Now, if you have a family member who's willing to do this for you, be a good steward of their resources and their kindness. Don't go charging stuff on their account, because you'll find that Thanksgiving dinner won't taste very good sitting next to your sister or your brother if you jacked up their credit. Now, don't hesitate to call me, email me, or message me with questions. Please like and share this video if it's helpful to you. And remember, I'm always here to help.